Have you ever wondered what truly lurks in the darkest corners of our oceans, over 3,000 feet beneath the waves, where sunlight vanishes and eerie silence prevails? Down there, gliding through the twilight zone, is a creature so enormous and powerful that even legendary predators think twice before challenging it. They're not only the biggest existing predators to roam our oceans right now, they're also known for their strange and complex clicks, so loud they can stun prey, or so some researchers claim. This isn't just any marine mammal. This is the sperm whale, an unrivaled champion of the deep, famed for its colossal size and an intellect that can send chills down your spine. At first glance, a sperm whale's most eye-catching feature is its head, an enormous block-like structure that can make up a third of its entire body length. Inside, tucked behind layers of specialized tissues, lies something mind-blowing: the largest brain on the planet. We're talking about a 17-pound marvel, roughly 7 times heavier than the average human brain. This is a level of biological grandeur that scientists have been trying to comprehend for centuries. What do they do with a brain this big? How does it influence their behavior, their communication, their very survival? One answer lies in their uncanny ability to use echolocation. Many creatures echolocate: bats, dolphins, and certain species of shrews. Yet the sperm whale system seems to be on another level. They produce focused bursts of sound, or clicks, that bounce around the ocean like an all-encompassing sonar grid. These clicks reverberate through specialized organs in their head, including the phonic lips, the spermaceti organ, and an area known as the melon, which shapes the sound waves. Once the echoes return, the whale's giant brain deciphers this aquatic Morse code, constructing what appears to be a vivid sonic map of their underwater surroundings. If that wasn't surprising enough, these clicks can be loud, louder than a chainsaw revving at full throttle, possibly surpassing 230 decibels. Some divers and researchers even believe that, at close range, a sperm whale's clicks can cause physical discomfort or disorientation. Imagine a weaponized sound blast capable of fending off threats and locating prey in the pitch-black depths. It's almost otherworldly, but these whales' talents don't end there. We often hear that the deep ocean is like a vast, desolate desert, but sperm whales hunt there with remarkable precision. Their menu? Squid, lots of them. Not just any squid, though. They go after the big ones, including giant squid and colossal squid that seem like mythical creatures in their own right. Some of these prey can measure over 40 feet, complete with massive tentacles and intimidating beaks. Yet for the sperm whale, it's just another meal. Estimates suggest these whales might consume around 900 kilograms of prey daily, amounting to tens of millions of tons of squid consumed across the global population each year. In some instances, they'll also take on octopuses, sharks, and fish, devouring whatever they can find in the murky world below. This insatiable appetite drives them to plunge into the abyss, often diving beyond 3,000 feet and staying submerged for over an hour in search of the next course. They maneuver gracefully through near-freezing temperatures and crushing pressure, in a zone so remote it's sometimes called the midnight zone. When your prey is actively avoiding you in total darkness, you have to be a master of stealth and sonar, a skill set that would put high-tech submarines to shame. But even with their advantage, the hunt in the deep sea isn't always easy. The giant squid fights back with suction cups lined with razor-sharp rings, and battles between squid and sperm whales leave marks on the whales' bodies. Telltale round scars that speak of these hidden underwater struggles. Still, the sperm whale usually wins, powered by unstoppable determination and that formidable echolocation that reveals every flicker of movement in the gloom. At this point, you might already think sperm whales stand at the very top of the marine food chain. However, they do face a formidable nemesis. Strangely enough, they're not always the biggest bullies in the ocean. There's another intelligent hunter out there with teamwork and cunning on its side. The orca, often referred to as the killer whale. Orcas are known for their sophistication in hunting. They can coordinate attacks in pods, outmaneuvering and overwhelming prey. Yet when it comes to adult male sperm whales, orcas often think twice. Why? Because these massive whales can turn the tide with fearsome counterattacks. First, there's the powerful headbutt. Imagine getting struck by a giant living battering ram. That alone is enough to fracture bones or deliver a lethal blow to any predator foolish enough to come close. Then, there's the sonic weapon, a barrage of super loud clicks that might literally stun orcas, throwing them into disarray. When orcas do strike, they usually target females or younger sperm whales in a group, hoping they can isolate a vulnerable individual. Even then, sperm whales have a communal defense strategy so coordinated it borders on the heroic. They'll cluster in tight circles, known as the marguerite formation, with their tails facing outward. When a pod of orcas tries to attack, they're met with a perilous ring of flailing tails capable of snapping bones. Add in bursts of high-decibel clicks, and you've got a fortress no orca squad wants to breach. One of the most chilling accounts of a sperm whale's might dates back to 1820, when the whaling ship Essex set sail from Nantucket, determined to bring back the valuable oil from whale blubber. Fate had other plans. While hunting in the South Pacific, the crew suddenly found themselves face-to-face with an enormous sperm whale rumored to be around 85 feet long, though no one can confirm the exact measurement. In an unexpected turn, this whale charged directly at the ship, smashing into its hull with colossal force. That collision wasn't a random bump. Many of the surviving crew members insisted that the whale deliberately rammed the ship more than once. The impact was devastating. The Essex started to take on water and eventually sank, leaving its crew stranded in small lifeboats thousands of miles from the nearest shoreline. The incident was so harrowing that it later influenced Herman Melville to pen his classic novel, Moby Dick. While Melville took creative liberties, the real Essex tragedy was already shocking enough. Crew members drifted at sea, facing starvation, dehydration, and desperate measures for survival, all set in motion by a lone sperm whale's retaliatory strike. This tale is more than just a dramatic anecdote. It's a testament to the sperm whale's sheer power, cunning, and unpredictability. Even though humans have hunted these creatures for centuries, you can't ignore their capacity to fight back. It's a haunting reminder that venturing into the deep blue can be perilous, especially when you underestimate an animal that boasts both enormous physical might and a brain to match. Despite their fearsome reputation, sperm whales also embody a nurturing, community-driven spirit, at least when it comes to their own pods. Female sperm whales often reside in close-knit groups of around a dozen members, sometimes more. They raise their offspring collectively, like a tight family, for their entire lives. When a predator threatens the pod, they form that famous marguerite formation, placing vulnerable calves in the center and outwardly positioning their massive tails. This is cooperation and maternal devotion at its finest, all orchestrated through their advanced communication system of clicks and subtle body language. Their reproduction cycle is equally fascinating. Females typically mature around 9 years old, which might sound young, but keep in mind they can live up to 70 years, sometimes more. After a gestation period that can last as long as 16 months, a single calf is born. That newborn whale arrives already measuring about 13 feet, an infant bigger than many grown sharks. Between births, there can be intervals of 5 to 7 years, which helps pods maintain stable numbers without overextending themselves in resource-limited environments. Then there's the matter of sleep. Most mammals take prolonged rests, but sperm whales are on a different schedule. They might only sleep for short bursts, 15 to 20 minutes at a time, and they do it in the strangest position, vertically, often with their heads angled downward or just barely breaking the surface. Some researchers have stumbled upon entire pods in this suspended sleep mode, like silent sentinels drifting in formation. It's believed they spend only about 7% of their day sleeping, meaning they're alert and active for the vast majority of their time. Perhaps that's a necessity when your life unfolds in a realm where danger can materialize without warning. In addition, male sperm whales break away from female-led pods at some point, roaming the oceans more independently. They keep growing until they're about 50 years old, sometimes reaching lengths that dwarf even large buses. A few recorded specimens supposedly measured close to 80 feet, which might explain why these solitary bulls can confidently hold their own against pods of orcas. Yet, as formidable as they are, sperm whales haven't escaped threats from us humans, threats that linger to this day. Over the centuries, humans have chased sperm whales across the globe, primarily for spermaceti oil, once an invaluable commodity used in everything from lamp fuel to cosmetics. Another product, ambergris, emerges occasionally from a sperm whale's digestive system and has been prized as a perfume ingredient for ages. The pursuit of these treasures nearly decimated sperm whale populations. While commercial whaling has diminished significantly, challenges haven't disappeared. Today, these whales are labeled as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, and in some jurisdictions they're treated as endangered. Fishing nets pose a grave danger. Entanglement can lead to suffocation or incapacitation, leaving whales unable to surface for air. Collisions with massive ships are another looming threat, particularly in busy shipping lanes. Pollution, whether from plastics, chemicals, or unrelenting ocean noise, further complicates survival. Imagine attempting to hunt or communicate in a sea filled with roaring engines and reverberating sonar from vessels. For a species so reliant on sound, this acoustic chaos can be disorienting. And while whaling fleets aren't as dominant as they used to be, illegal or unregulated hunts still occur in certain regions, keeping these whales perpetually on the edge. It's easy to get caught up in the drama of the sperm whales' epic showdowns and their ability to shake ships, orcas too, with a single blow. But at the heart of their story lies something far more profound. An enduring legacy that stretches back hundreds of thousands of years, uniting every living sperm whale in a lineage that might trace to a single ancient matriarch. Generation after generation, these giants have roamed the darkest abysses of our planet, forging powerful family ties and unveiling to scientists just how intricate marine life can be. Their biology confounds us, their intelligence humbles us, and their storied history should awaken a sense of awe in anyone who sets foot on a boat or stands by the shore, gazing out at that endless horizon. They represent both the fragility and the ferocity of the natural world, a reminder that even the mightiest predator can face vulnerability, and that the smallest factors, be it microplastic or a single rogue whaling vessel, can stir up enormous consequences. So the next time you imagine the silent tapestry beneath the ocean's surface, think of these mysterious titans roaming and clicking through the blackness. Picture their massive tails slicing through water as they descend into realms we can barely fathom, always on the hunt, always vigilant, perpetually adapting in ways we've yet to fully understand. The sperm whale isn't just another animal on our planet. It's a beacon of evolution and survival, a living link to unimaginable depths and secrets. And as long as they continue to glide through those undersea canyons, seemingly unbound by the limits of humanity's reach, we're reminded that some parts of this earth remain wild, mysterious, and beyond our complete control. Ultimately, we are all onlookers in this grand oceanic saga, and it's in our hands to decide what role we'll play. Observers who appreciate the majesty of these creatures from a distance, or guardians who ensure they keep thriving for generations to come. Sperm whales have endured centuries of hunting, countless storms, and changing climates. Their story remains unfinished, and each new scientific discovery about them reveals yet another chapter in an epic that seems far from over. Let it be a call for awe, respect, and wonder, urging us to dive deeper, at least metaphorically, into the realm of the ocean's hidden titan, the sperm whale.